Everyone, time. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for Jalen Brunson.
And, guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hasn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
So the New York starting 5, we've got Mikal Bridges. Towns is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Brunson in at the 1. And for the Bucks, the post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Gary Trent is out there with Kevin Porter. And it's Prince in at the 3 spot. Brent, when you survey Jalen Brunson going from role player now to all-star, what a rise. What's been the key for him?
I just think it's confidence, Kevin. I mean, simple confidence. I don't think there's one point where Jalen Brunson didn't believe that, not that he was the best player on the court, but that he was going to be the best leader. And that has translated into him producing some massive scoring and assist nights for any team that he's played on. This guy is a winner.
Anunoby, good.
And that is the spot where OG wants to work.
And it's Porter with the ball for Milwaukee. A fantastic stretch this group has strung together. 8 wins and counting.
Watching this team operate at this elite level, firing on all cylinders, the way they're going right now, this winning streak could go on for some time.
Now here's Brunson, averaging 26 points a game, 9 in and 9.
And then Brunson's court sense allows him to make that play.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Giannis dishes to Porter. Giannis passes to Porter. Back to Antetokounmpo. Bucks passing it around. To shoot, and the Bucks miss again.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Towns, a screen on Trent. Here's Bridges, and it's sent back by Lopez.
This defense gets a lot scarier when Lopez is blocking shots.
Antetokounmpo finds Prince. Back to Giannis. Now here's Trent. Giannis passes to Prince. There's Porter with the 3. The Bucks need to get a shot off here, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Wow, you watched the defender, and it looked like he knew that was coming. He made a quick play on it to intercept the ball in the passing lane.
Achua, he's checked in for New York. Miles McBride comes in for Mikal Bridges. Hart the pass to Achua. Hart against Prince. Here's Achua. A dunk by Achua.
These bigs can really put some force on the rim. Achua falls directly in that category.
Trent kicks to Antetokounmpo. It's Porter outside, and Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. So for New York, their last game a win against the Nets in Brooklyn. Here's McBride. He's off on that one. Good D by Lopez. Bucks trail by 3. Trent with it. Now guarded by Towns. And Gary Trent gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Mikal Bridges comes in for Josh Hart. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Now here's Payne. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Antetokounmpo. Jackson, he's checked in for Taurean Prince. And Rollins subbed in for Trent. Now here's Kuzma. In the game against Detroit, very impressive.
Inside, Kuzma knows not to dial it back. If anything, get more aggressive.
The Bucks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. The Knicks making a switch here. Robinson's checked in, and both free throws good for Kuzma. It's Payne with the ball. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And in that one, the backups came to play. Gave the team an infusion of points that just put them over the top.
Well, I talked to the assistant coaching staff. What they were stoked about is that the bench guys came in and played well. So punch off the bench, a big factor in that win.
Rollins the pass to Porter. Three-pointer. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Knicks lead by 5. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Knicks?
And guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's...
All right, Grant, coming down to the final few games now. This playoff push sure will be interesting.
Oh, no doubt. And I'm looking forward to it, B.A. The teams trying to make the playoffs will be going all out. And that kind of intensity in these games will be fun to watch.
And here's the starting group for the New York Knicks. Josh Hart is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's Jalen Brunson. And it's Bridges in at the 2 spot. Just 5 on the clock. Prince, the pass to Trent. No good on the 3. Here's Bridges. He's been an offensive weapon for them, scoring around 17.5 points a game. And he buries his first look.
Yeah, relentless worker. Bridges, so tough inside.
Anunoby against Prince. Pass to Porter. Trent outside. It's tipped. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Trent. Back to Antetokounmpo. Here's Prince. That shot is off. Oh, nice D from Anunoby. Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated.
Now here's Trent. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game. That shot, no good.
3 misses in a row. Still looking for their first bucket.
Hard with it, guarded by Antetokounmpo. Towns outside. Connects from downtown.
You got a big guy like Towns that can hit from long range. I think it makes your whole team harder to defend.
Trent, the pass to Porter. Pass to Prince. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Takes it inside. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. Trent's shot is off.
You know, that's a quick 0 for 4 now. At what point do you call a timeout and reset?
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Jalen Brunson's craft sets him apart. He said, quote, "I've always played with my instincts and tried to see the game a couple plays ahead. As I've gotten older, that part of my game has gotten wiser and better, but I'm still learning." Brian, that's a scary thought for the rest of the league.
He's already plenty dangerous, Allie. The Bucks have gone 0 for 4, missing their first 4 attempts. Pass to Prince. Here's Antetokounmpo. Drives to the hoop. Hart pulls it in. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And here's Brunson. Back to Hart. Towns a screen on Trent to the middle. And it's Towns with the power finish.
And, you know, you got multiple options with this guy coming out.
The three-point shot, so important in today's NBA and a major part of the game plan, Greg, for both of these teams.
And we can expect to see a high volume of shots from beyond the arc in this one. I'm looking for whichever squad is able to create more havoc and throw the opposing shooters off their rhythm.
And now the New York Knicks starters. Jalen Brunson out there with Mikal Bridges. Then it's Josh Hart. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Towns in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Trent can't hit. For the Milwaukee Bucks, they won their last contest, that game against the Pistons. Here's Hart, and it's sent back by Lopez. Brunson against Prince. Now here's Brunson. He's covered closely. 4 on the shot clock. Anunoby, no good. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. A fantastic stretch this group has strung together. 8 wins and counting.
So this is a basketball team that's really humming right now. And what you love is they're working together as a unit, which makes it fun to watch. What I'm curious about here is when teams start to adapt and take away their best strategy, how do they keep the streak going? Really, really interested to see how this plays out.
And one of those guys who fell in the draft the year he came out due to injury. Porter healed up and has taken the lead by storm.
Hart, no good.
Boy, that's 0 for 3 in the early going. Just a little out of sync.
Porter kicks to Trent. Back to Porter. Giannis outside. Sinks that one from the post.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Now here's Brunson. Averaging 26 points a game, night in and night out. Always a factor.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And here's Trent. After Jalen Brunson getting his shot to go from deep. Antetokounmpo finds Trent. Driving the lane. And it's Antetokounmpo picking up the assist.
I tell you, the burst on that drive by Gary Trent Jr. was impressive. Defense was in his hip pocket.
Bridges, no one around him. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Doris, when you think of Mikal Bridges, what comes to mind?
The fact that he is available almost every single night, that you can count on him to bring great defensive intensity. He's become a legitimate threat from three-point territory, and now all of a sudden he's adding some ball skills. Mikal Bridges gets better every single year.
Porter outside. Rebounded by Hart. For the New York Knicks, they come in off a good outing against Brooklyn.
And I love the way they just came right out at them in that game, determined to attack the rim.
You know, typically when you go that hard to the rack, you can make a living at the charity stripe, and that's exactly what happened.
New York has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. And that one's good. Towns.
That to me is about Karl Anthony Towns carving out position on the interior. Such a pretty play.
Here's Trent after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Trent with it. Hart covering. Giannis passes to Trent. Prince kicks to Porter. And the rejection by Towns.
Tremendous work defensively from Towns. His teammates love to see him send that thing back.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Hart. And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with this team. Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Rollins. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Outside Jackson. Lets it go from deep. Rollins with the bucket. 7 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Bridges for 3. Wow! Unbelievable!
Can't do it much better than that right before the clock expires.
What a way to see.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Knicks lead by 2. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And looking at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
Just stretching out the floor at first. They had the defense scrambling.
And that was obviously the plan coming in. Now the big question, can they make...
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
The play is under video review. 2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Antetokounmpo comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Jackson. And Porter subbed in for Green. It seems every season, Doris, we have players speak out on being unhappy with their role.
Well, consider, Kevin, that if you're one player on a roster in the NBA, how coveted each of those spots are, but also how competitive they are. You don't get there without that nature, which means you want to play.
McBride, a rebound by the Bucks. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good now.
Well, give them every mistake.
Prince finds Porter. Good, and a nice assist from Prince. Porter's got 6.
Defenses try to test Porter's physicality, but he's adjusted well to it.
Payne looking around. Lobbed up there for Robinson. Lopez with the steal. Greg, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking it.
Here's Giannis. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
So for the Knicks, Towns, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. OG Anunoby comes in for Miles McBride. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Cameron Payne. That's good from Antetokounmpo.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
Back to Brunson. To stop the run. Brunson, hard finish inside.
And you see the aggressiveness and the absolute refusal to be intimidated inside. Jalen Brunson, a big-time finish.
Stolen by Brunson. Porter against Bridges. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Taurean Prince.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Well, what you love about Mikal Bridges is he is going to accept whatever his coaches and team ask of him. This is what's allowed him to be successful.
And finished off by Porter.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Towns dishes to Bridges. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Bridges has got 12 points in the game.
The longer his career grows, the more you see Mikal Bridges put together these scoring outbursts.
Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Anunoby outside. Now, here's Achua. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
I'll tell you, a confident stroke from Precious Achua. He has elevated this aspect of his game.
From deep, Prince. Here's Antetokounmpo. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. The Knicks with the lead. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Rollins the pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's Rollins. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. New York's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Brunson outside. Porter with the steal. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. It's the Knicks up 2. And now let's catch up with David Alt. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Welcome to halftime, everybody. Right now, the New York Knicks are providing what and something out of left field for you guys.
Ernie, left field, this is not baseball. This is a basketball show.
Now let's change gears back to the New York Knicks, who find themselves in a tightly contested ball game.
They've had the hot hand from deep. So,
thank you for being with us.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. What a game we're seeing from Mikal Bridges.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Gary Trent is out there with Green, and it's Prince in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. Brunson stays agile and finds his opening inside.
Boy, what a dribble move by Brunson. Ball on a string on that drive.
And Doris, what a breakout for the guard Jalen Brunson these last couple seasons.
Kevin, I think what's taken a lot of us by surprise is how capable he is in being the center point of an entire offense. And not only as a scorer for himself, but involving all the guys around him. Truly an incredible transformation.
The rebound by the Bucks.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Trent kicks to Lopez. Trent passes to Prince. The Bucks working the ball around. Clock is at 3. There's the 3. The Knicks pull it in. Hart's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Inside. Towns, no luck.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
Antetokounmpo finds Green. And again, the Bucks miss.
Boy, that makes them 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
Hart with the screen for Brunson. Pass to Hart. Goes to the reverse layup and claps it in. Hart's got the lead up to 6 now for the Knicks.
So confident in the painted area. Josh Hart understands how to score inside.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And the Bucks with some changes. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it's Jackson in for Taurean Prince. Trent kicks to Green. And the 3 off target.
Boy, yet another missed opportunity here. Whatever they talked about at halftime, it's not working.
Towns a screen on Green. For 3, Bridges. It's rebounded by Portis. Bucks trail by 6. Kuzma with it. Hart covering. Here's Trent. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the New York Knicks. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. We know, Doris, that Towns might already be one of the best shooting bigs ever.
Well, Kevin, he flat stated and called himself the best shooting big of all time. He has an argument because not only has he shot the ball incredibly well from deep, even as his volume has gone up, His efficiency stays the same. This is a gifted offensive post player.
Kevin Porter's checked in for Green. And a switcher also for New York. Achua, he's checked in for OG Anunoby. No good on that one.
When Towns is healthy, he is an absolute force on the offensive end of the floor.
He hits the second from the line. Bucks trail by 7. Here's Kuzma. It's deflected. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Hart the pass to Brunson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And one thing among many doors that's so impressive about Jalen Brunson, the way he goes to work in the paint. Wow.
Kevin, at his size, you have got to be crafty. You've got to have great footwork and great patience. You've got to be willing to work in a crowd. What he does is really impressive.
And checking out some numbers for Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Bucks have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And the second free throw, good. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Bridges outside. Achua kicks to Hart. Right wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's Brunson. That's good from 17 feet away. Brunson's got 6 here in this quarter.
I think in today's NBA, you've got to be a 3-level scorer. The midi is good for Jalen Brunson.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. Then for the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. And Miles McBride subbed in for Josh Hart. There goes Giannis. Robinson with the block.
This guy's nose for the basketball, and his timing as a shot blocker is intimidating. Mitchell Robinson so quick off his feet.
The 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Giannis passes to Jackson. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Antetokounmpo's got his 3rd assist on the night. Stolen. Left side, Porter. There's Jackson with the 3. And no good that time. And so it's the New York Knicks headed to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. And on the floor for New York here in the 4th. They've got Precious Achua, Miles McBride out there with Payne. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Towns in at the 5. Shot clock at 2. On deep, Trent. The offensive rebound. It's not going to go for him. The Knicks leading by 7. This one for 3. And McBride gets it to go. McBride's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Porter finds Giannis. Now Trent. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Outside, Antetokounmpo. There's Porter with the 3. Second shot opportunity, and Giannis with the layup.
Instincts and anticipation. Great effort here by Giannis.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. And the Bucks with some changes. Brooke Lopez is checked in for Portis, and it's Prince in for Jackson. And then for New York, Josh Hart, he's checked in for Precious Achiuwa. Mikal Bridges comes in for Miles McBride. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Kane. And now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the break, I heard Tom Thibodeau as he talked with the team. He told his players, I love the energy right now. You look like you're having fun out there. Keep playing for each other because our chemistry looks great right now. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Towns kicks to Brunson. Over Trent. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Brunson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Knicks. Here's Giannis. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
An amazing athlete. The length, speed, Giannis is borderline impossible to guard when he is playing downhill.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for New York.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the three-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
I think another thing that's striking here tonight, the ball movement is incredible. Again and again, they're making smart passes to ready shooters.
And that's the beauty of Giannis. Always been a willing passer and can find the open man once the D focuses in on him.
Here's Brunson going inside. Count the basket. Brunson's got 6 points in the quarter.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, our man is going for the jugular.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting. Bobby Portis is checked in for Milwaukee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Antetokounmpo. 1:53 left in the game. And here's Prince outside. And he's good on the 3-ball.
But just tremendous instincts from Prince. Feeling the defense, getting loose, getting into his catch-and-shoot game. Nicely done.
Bridges against Porter. Bounce pass from Bridges. Towns down low. Porter's there. Tries the spin move. Tries again. It's hauled in by Trent. Bucks trail by 7. Porter looking it over. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
This team needed someone to step up, and it's Kevin Porter Jr., the former first-round pick, with a huge basket.
Here's Brunson. Milwaukee with the rebound. Portis kicks to Prince. On deep, Prince. Yes! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Here's Brunson. Here he goes. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Prince, the pass to Portis. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the Knicks. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Brunson. Here's Bridges. It's in!
That is big-time composure from Mikal Bridges. Backs against the wall. Got to have a bucket, and he delivers.
Trent finds Prince. Oh, wow! A huge basket to tie the game!
You get the sense Taurean Prince rises to the challenge and relishes. Every chance he gets.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Brunson scanning the floor. Brunson downhill. Count it!
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. In terms of strategy here, any thoughts?
And with under 2 seconds remaining, they need something quick. Don't have time for an extra pass here, but they want to try for a 3 off the inbound play and go for the win. Definitely doable.
So a close game sees New York take this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with every